Your talent can impress people. That's a fact. But your identity will change your entire life. Therefore, wear it like a crown. Growing up as a kid, I used to have this thick northern Ghanaian accent. So, for instance, if I wanted to say R, I said R really long. And so I remember when I got to the university around 2011, I had challenges with it. At the University of Cape Coast, you are put into groups of 10s or 5s. And in some cases, you could stay with your group for your entire 4-year stay at the university. I still remember my first group meeting at a summer house. We all started to introduce ourselves. Now, it got to my turn. I started to speak, started mentioning R, and they started laughing. I could see a smirk rippling across their faces. And so I paused along the line and asked, what's happening? And they all continued laughing. But as we continued laughing, I figured it out. And so I decided that I was never going to speak in the group again. I was never going to speak. I was never going to contribute. I would just come, sit, listen to them and go away because I was so pissed off. I continued doing this for a couple of days. And then one day I'm lying down in my bed and then a thought came to me. These people for sure, you know, they love you. They don't hate you. They are your friends. Even 2 of them were my roommates. It's just that the way I speak is different from them and it makes them laugh. And I thought about it again and I said, well, that's my identity. And let's just say they were fascinated by it. I'm also very sure none of them hated me. So I thought again, well, let me go back to my original self. Go back to the group, contribute, give out your best. Because if the group had the best, I also got the best. If the group had the worst, I also got the worst. So I went back to the group and continued contributing. They continued laughing for a little while. But over time, I figured they were so used to my accent and none of them laughed. My accent didn't feel funny to them anymore. But one interesting thing happened. As we continued contributing to the group, all of them realized that I was the one with a unique voice because of my accent. So they decided that I was going to do the group presentations anytime we had a presentation. And that's how come they gave the group presentation to me. From level 100 to level 400, I did the entire group presentations of that group. And by the time I completed the University of Cape Coast, I had become a presentation pro. I remember sometime in early 2017, I had an interview with a panel and I told this story and almost the entire 3-member panel were lying on the floor laughing. And the interesting thing that happened was they called me back for that job about 6 to 7 months late. And you know the interesting thing that happened? The moment I entered the office, the first person that met me and spoke with me was one of the panel members. And the first word they said to me was, hey, Mr. R, welcome to our team. Can you imagine the power of a story? That was a very competitive interview. And I know they interviewed at least 50 young graduates for that role. But how come you remembered my story? Because my story was unique and I never shied away from telling it. Your story will open doors for you your talents cannot open. As Tyrion Lannister said in Game of Thrones, never forget what you are, because the rest of the world will not. Wear it like an armor, and it can never be used to hurt you. If you are new to my channel, my name is Odedum Borichi, and all I do on social media is to share life lessons and help people become better. Do remember to follow my channel, subscribe on YouTube, so you can be notified whenever I post videos like this. Thank you, and I'll catch you again in my next episode.